Barak Yahweh, Barak Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shah. Call on Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, the Kakadash. No honor, possible grace, no stones, ruins, each word, beside this, all I can walk on the earth. They keep these creatures outside the gospel, man. Yeah, beside here, things getting closer. And closer day by day, days are getting shorter, days is going faster and faster. Keep hastening the day of the Lord. Keep hastening the day of the Lord. Okay? All right. We back again with another quick video. Now this is definitely gonna be a quick video. I only got one script and I'm not even going no further. I'm just gonna play the video. Before I start, I want to say I hold no rights to this video. I'm not using this video for any kind of financial gain, any economic gain. Um, this video is merely for educational purposes, um, informational and education purposes only. Okay. All right. With that said, I'm going to read the scripture. This is Matthew 24 and 5. The many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So this is all the beginning of the sorrow. This is the start. This is the start of the sorrows. We're in the start of the sorrows. Okay? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. We have not been delivered up yet. We're waiting on that prophecy to come through. And shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay? With that said, we play this quick video. Well, it's not a quick video, so it's a lengthy video, about 30 minutes. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to sit back and let it roll. And I'm going to close out when it's done.
Here, Adrian Finnegan here in Doha with a news hour. The coverage of the most intense
exchange
of fire between Israel and
Hamas shooting the missiles over there.
In years. Israeli airstrike considered residents
Ashkelon, Ashdod, and Tel Aviv.
Residents of Hanadi Tower to evacuate before it was targeted. Gaza's health ministry said that at least 28 Palestinians have been killed across the strip in the past day. After the Israeli airstrike on that building, the military wing of Hamas said that it would respond with a barrage of rockets which would target Tel Aviv. That appears to be underway right now. Al Jazeera's Harry Fawcett is live for us in southern Israel. Harry, you're safe to talk to us now.
Yes, that immediate barrage of unarmed interceptors that we just saw happen direct our live a few minutes ago is now over. But just to bring you up to date from what we've seen here, it was an exceptionally large barrage of rocket fire coming north out of northern Gaza, heading north at the same time as we were getting alerts on our phones of sirens going off in Tel Aviv and indeed reports of explosions in the Tel Aviv area. Hamas's military wing had warned the Israelis that there would be a response. They said that Tel Aviv would see something even more powerful than what happened to the city, the nearby city here of Ashkelon earlier in the day. During that period, Hamas says that 137 rockets were fired within 5 minutes. Certainly, there was a lot of rocket fire that got through. 2 women were killed, homes were hit, buildings were hit. Now there seems to be this additional, very large barrage heading towards Tel Aviv. And of course, it follows the destruction of that large residential tower inside Gaza. There have been warnings throughout the day that if Israel decided to attack residential buildings, where it said that it had already attacked house in Iran, which had fired in one apartment building. This building is said to have housed a Hamas office for some time. Hamas had said that if Israel carried out such attacks, there would be a big escalatory response. So both sides are stepping up what is now an extremely dangerous situation. There is no indication of any efforts towards de-escalation at this moment.
Harry, stay with us just for a second. Let me just bring our viewer up to date with Newswires saying that the Reuters news agency reporting that at least one person has been wounded in a rocket attack in Tel Aviv. They're quoting the Israeli ambulance service. Hamas said that it has fired 130 rockets towards Tel Aviv and its suburbs. And Israel has halted all flights at Tel Aviv Ben Gurion Airport and looked at rockets from Gaza. Harry, that earlier buyout of 137 rockets, as you say, managed to evade Israel's Iron Dome system. At least some of the rockets fired from Gaza had got through, with another 130 Hamas was fired within the last few minutes. So again, it would be inevitable that some of them would reach their targets towards Tel Aviv.
Yes, I mean, I suppose we should put one caveat on that we are relying on Hamas's own figures in saying that. But yeah.
Right quick, this is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And right now you're just shooting from Gaza Strip over into southern parts of Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Ashkelon, Ashdod. Okay? Right now they're shooting from Gaza. And that's all our land, it's all Israel. Okay? They and they shooting them rockets over. And they get ready to hey, this really is should be a great prelude to the Third World War. They keep pushing these rockets over, and little they're gonna keep on. Hey, it's gonna just be thrust out of full-fledged war. It's already into it. Right? They want to cool the tempers down, but they're not gonna be able to. Won't get deeper into the video, but I just want to bring that scripture out again. We'll bring it out one more time. This is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered. The Lord said, whom they have scattered. Them so-called Jewish, them Jewish, the Khazars, the fake Jews, they're not scattered. They're in our land. The Israelites will be scattered. The real Israelites in the time of the end will be scattered amongst all the nations. Because he said, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Talking about the Israelis, the Khazarians. Okay? They're in our land. They parted it. Gaza, Palestine, Israel. And they spread us among them. They scattered us among the nations. Okay? So they're not the Israelites. They're identity thieves. They're thieves. They're converts. They're liars. They're colonizers. They're terrorists. They don't belong in that land.
The sheer volume of ordnance flying overhead a few minutes ago, even if it doesn't get up to that level, it was a very significant, coordinated, very large barrage all at once. And so there has been some analysis on the Israeli side, military analysts wondering if the sheer swamping of the Iron Dome system by so many targets all at once could have caused the ability for Hamas to get through those defenses to a greater extent than usual. There have also been claims by Hamas that they've used a new form of missile, one that's fired at a more horizontal level trajectory and therefore is harder to track and hit. Also some reports of malfunctioning Iron Dome system around Ashkelon earlier in the day. However, of course, when they're talking about the sheer volume of weaponry that is being used at the moment, I think Israelis never really believed that the Iron Dome was 100% fail-safe, and indeed it has been shown not to be in the past. However, people have got used to lower level escalations being largely, although not completely, dealt with by this extremely successful system. But if there is a reminder needed that it isn't 100% fail-safe or foolproof, this is being given tonight in pretty dramatic fashion. And what happens to ordinary people there in Israel when something like this happens and the airwaves sirens go off? People are pretty used to living with this sort of stuff. Where do they go? What do they do? But a lot of homes in Israel have storerooms or bedrooms which also double up as bomb shelters with heavy steel doors and various other safety mechanisms and architecture installed. And so a lot of people do head for those rooms, those safe rooms in their own houses. There are also bomb shelters at liberal intervals in most Israeli neighborhoods as well. We're very close to one here next to a bus stop at this junction. And yes, more rockets now being fired from northern Gaza, at least one rocket I've just seen in any case. Three, I'm being told from behind the camera that there are three more rockets just been fired. And so, in the instance of the two women who were killed in Ashkelon, one of them at least was said to be living in a house which didn't have its own shelter. It required a minute to run or so. She was an elderly woman, and when the rocket hit her house, she was killed in that attack. Oh, Harry, before we go back to Gaza, yes, sorry, Harry, you were about to say. Right now, yeah, I'm just being told that in central Israel, in the town of Holon, reports of a direct hit to a bus. Do we know anything about casualties at this stage? We don't know how many people were in that bus, if anybody was, but that is the latest that we're just getting through on this very significant. It's an empty bus. We're just hearing, well, okay. Some of course yes, is an empty bus. I apologize. I just wanted to bring you the very latest on that, but this is a constantly moving situation and a very major escalation in the danger around what has already been a very dangerous day. That's indeed. Obviously, it's no reported by Lyra in southern Israel. I want to go back to Gaza, but we're having trouble connecting with our correspondent at the moment. We'll try and get communications with them again in as soon as possible. In the meantime, the Arab League has been holding an emergency meeting to discuss the escalating violence. Jordan's Prime Minister has said the virtual session that Israel's aggression and its violation of international law will only fuel the conflict and push it to explosion. Qatar's Prime Minister, who chaired the session, says the Israeli bombing of Gaza is a condemned and unacceptable criminal attack. And the Arab League's Secretary General, Ahmed Abul Gheit, has asked the UN Security Council to act on what he called a blatant violation by Israel of international resolutions. The United Nations has appealed for all sides to restraint on all sides. So let's go right now to the United Nations. Al Jazeera's Christian Saloni is there for us. What's the UN saying, Christian?
Well, Adrian, in the last hour or two, we've had statements from the Secretary General and from the President of the General Assembly that we're still not getting any word from the Security Council, which did hold an emergency meeting on Monday, but no formal statement coming from them as of yet. The President of the General Assembly, Volkan Bozkır, perhaps issuing the strongest statements from the United Nations, condemning the attacks against civilians in religious places, including recent airstrikes in Gaza. He called on Israel to abide by its obligations under international law, and he called on the UN to act immediately to get Israel to uphold those obligations and protect Palestinians whom he said are bearing the brunt of the ongoing violence in the occupied territories and in Israel. And he said that he's willing to call a meeting with other member states who want to ask for one. This was a statement that he released on Twitter. The Secretary General, for his part, issued a statement expressing his great concern about the escalating violence as well, and sadness about the death of civilians, but he stopped short of condemning the attacks on Gaza, while he was very quick to condemn rocket attacks into Israel. He called on Israeli forces to issue maximum, to use the maximum restraint. Have a listen to what he said.
The Secretary General is greatly concerned by the serious escalations in the occupied Palestinian territory in Israel, including the latest escalations in Gaza, which add to the heightened tensions and violence in occupied East Jerusalem. He is deeply saddened to learn of the increasingly large numbers of casualties, including children, from Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, and of Israeli fatalities from rockets launched from Gaza.
Realistically, is there anything that the UN can do to stop the violence?
All power to act comes from the Security Council, and at this stage, you cannot even get the Security Council to agree on a statement to the press about this situation, where this is traditionally a very thorny issue for the Council. We know that Russia, Norway, and Tunisia yesterday suggested a statement calling for calm and an end to the violence there. This is still being discussed. The United States has said that it does not want to do anything to exacerbate the situation, suggesting that a statement might, in fact, do that, exacerbate the situation. So we are essentially at an impasse in the Security Council unless they can come to some agreements later on today. But for now, strong words from the President of the General Assembly, condemnation of attacks on Israel from the Secretary General, and wait and see what happens with the Security Council.
Kristen Salima reporting live from the United Nations in New York for the moment. Kristen, thank you. You're looking at the latest pictures out of Tel Aviv. This has all happened within the last few minutes. The military wing of Hamas has said that it's fired over 130 rockets towards Tel Aviv in response to an Israeli airstrike that had flattened a tower block in the strip. The Al-Qassam brigade said that we are carrying out our promise by launching a massive rocket strike against Tel Aviv and its suburbs with 130 rockets in response to the enemy's targeting of residential towers, it said. As a result, at least one person is reported to have been wounded in a rocket attack on the Tel Aviv area. The National Ambulance Service reporting that one person critically wounded, and as Harry Potter was telling us, it appears that a bus has been hit at least in these airstrikes. A barrage of rockets we saw here on Al Jazeera leaving the Gaza Strip, some of which were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome defense system, but obviously looking at these pictures now from Israeli television, some of those projectiles have gone through and have reached their target. Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Harry Fawcett once again, who's in Southern Israel. Harry, you were able to watch those missiles going basically overhead of you there, and the attempted interception by Iron Dome.
That's right, yes. Those missiles fired shortly before what at local time was coming up to 9 o'clock, and that was exactly when the warning had been that there was likely to be a surprise in Tel Aviv. That was what Hamas's military wing was talking about. And it was less than an hour after the Israeli attack on that 13-story residential building inside Gaza, the Hamadi building. They've had issued warnings to the people who live in that building, tens of families who live in that building ahead of time, to evacuate it, and it was then brought down with at least 2 strikes. Hamas had said that attacks on residential areas would be met with an intensification and longer range in terms of its rocket response. Then it said that it would attack Tel Aviv, and it has made good on that escalatory pledge, just as Israel said that it was going to increased the pace and the intensity of its own attacks. So both sides are seemingly set on an escalatory path right now. And this attack on Tel Aviv, it represents the most serious such breach of Israeli defenses in the main big city of Israel on the Mediterranean coast there, home to a very large population. And this does represent an extremely dangerous last hour, and it was already the biggest escalation we've seen since the last war in 2014.
The US Department Harry said that the US is deeply concerned about the escalation between Israel and those launching rockets from Gaza. It says that it's seen some encouraging steps from both the Israeli and Palestinian side. What would it take to end this violence, to take the heat out of this at this point?
It's very difficult to see the heat being taken out anytime soon. I think a lot will depend on the casualty numbers on the Israeli and Gaza side. We just heard that in Cologne, a bus was struck. There were 3 injuries there. So I'm just going to ask my colleague, was that in that bus attack, or we don't know? We think perhaps not. But yeah, so injuries are already being counted. If there are greater numbers of fatalities, of course that leads further to the escalatory tendency of this whole situation. The reports we were getting out of Gaza were that Egyptian attempts to mediate had so far not been met with success. There were reports that they had been trying to persuade Hamas in the first instance to dial down the level of its rocket fire and then try and convince Israel to respond. However, neither side apparently in the mood to do those things. The build-up of tension has been going on for a month now, since the beginning of Ramadan. We have one more day of Ramadan on Wednesday before the Eid festival, and this is the kind of situation that Eid will be marked in the midst of. It has been an extraordinary couple of weeks of rising, simmering tensions with the threat in the background always that it could spread to Gaza in this way, and it has done so, despite perhaps what the US was talking about, the decisions by Israel to not allow Jews onto the Temple Mount, as it's introduced the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound on Monday to disband or change the route of the planned nationalist march to the city, which ended up not happening. If they were seeing those concessions in some way, a lot of empty trucks coming back carrying delivered military hardware to the Gaza border. Those moves had been seen as an attempt to try to tamp down the situation. It followed very shortly after those terrible scenes we saw on the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound on Monday morning. And so already it seems that the path had been set, and Hamas issued that warning that it was going to attack Jerusalem if there were not a withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound and from the neighborhood. Except I think the conditions they probably knew were not going to be likely to be met. And as soon as those long-range missiles headed in the direction of Jerusalem on Monday evening, we've been set on this path, and the decisions being made so far only seem set to take us further along.
At the moment, many thanks to Israel's High Crucible, reporting live from southern Israel. Who's just joined us. The military wing of Hamas has said that it's fired over 130 rockets towards Tel Aviv on Tuesday evening in response to an Israeli airstrike that had destroyed a tower block in the strip earlier. That looked like a pretty big missile. It was different to the ones that we saw leaving the Gaza Strip in that barrage of rocket fire a little earlier. Live pictures from Gaza. Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Safra Al-Khali, who's in Gaza. You couldn't see it from where you were, Safra, but we saw it looked like a pretty big missile being launched out of the Gaza Strip there.
Yes, you say that when the pile of Gaza is flaming, the rockets have been fired from Gaza, longer range rockets have been fired from Gaza toward Ashkelon, Ashdod, and Tel Aviv. the Qassam Brigade claimed responsibility for the attack in response to the destruction of Hanadi buildings. Now there are more rockets have been fired. It looks like as they were longer range rockets because they're flying higher than the top range. We just learned that the Israelis have warned also that they will destroy another tower, which is just the one next behind us, the red one behind us, and that people have to evacuate the building. In this building, we know about list of media groups working there, including the newspapers, TVs, and other media groups. So far, the thing is that even they have joined the Qassam Brigade and also said that they have directed towards Tel Aviv, and this is still the beginning of the threat. We are expecting more or wider range of violence, of escalation. We are expecting more buildings that could be redone, like Hamadi one, and as we learned that even the one behind us also will be destroyed as still there is no confirmation, but this is the news that we have received now. We are still, the night is still in the beginning, and we are expecting that later on there will be more rockets by the Palestinian fighting group, and Israelis will start extended their bank of targets. They are expecting them to hit more residential areas, and they even some voices say that they will move to the next step, which is targeting senior commanders of the fighting group, and could be also some of the political figures of the Palestinian political group.
And something we were talking about this earlier about what happens to Israelis when the sirens go off and there's incoming fire from Gaza. What about the people of Gaza? Do they have anywhere to go, any shelters, anywhere to take shelter when Israel is attacking targets in Israel?
Yes, I heard my colleague Harry when he said that we're going into filters when the rockets were fired in Gaza. In Gaza, there are no filters. The only thing that people can do is just to stay in their homes. That's why when the Israelis hit any target, most of the casualties are civilians because there is nowhere to go, no bunkers, no filters, no places prepared for such moving or such escalation. So the only thing people can do is to stay home and wait for the next target, where and how and who.
Very thanks. Something I'll keep live questions going, so we know that we'll be back with you in the next few minutes. I want to bring in Al senior political analyst Marwan Bashara, who's been standing by since this all began and has been listening and watching watching our coverage here. Marwan, we knew this was kind of movement, some kind of retaliation here after Israel stopped that residential building in Gaza.
Yes, absolutely. And I was taken a bit by what I heard from our correspondents, and I think the fact that we have and we are unique in that as Al Jazeera having two correspondents on both sides of the border, both in Gaza and Israel. That's important. But I think the important observation we just heard is that these are two very different situations. Israel is a modern, prosperous, strong nuclear power state with the most advanced air force in the region and perhaps in the world, one of them. And Gaza is a big concentration camp of refugees that's been assessed for the past 50 plus years in diverse camps of refugees. And whatever they have in so-called missile technology, it is basically homemade or was made type of arms. And the more important observation is the one about shelter. People in Gaza, 2+ million of people that have no such thing exists. So basically, the asymmetrical nature of this conflict, if you want to call it that way, between Israel and Gaza tonight, is the most important article in the sense that there is no two sides per se. The two-side vision is a technique, if you will, when describing what's going on in Israel or Gaza. Just look at the figures, not just this conflict. Look at what happened in 2014, 2008, 2006, and before that. There's always this disproportionate high casualties and death and destruction in Gaza in comparison to the very low injury or perhaps death in Israel. Of course, in ourselves, we and hopefully everyone else is concerned, any death is a very sad and tragic development. But clearly, the price of Gaza pay, the Palestinians in Gaza pay, is always much higher. And so I hope this thing stops because Netanyahu's cynical, I would even say sadistic use of Israel's advanced weapons against the mostly unsheltered people of Gaza will lead to a lot of mayhem and destruction, because like every other conflict that you and I and everyone else covered over the last few years and decades, we will go back to point zero in the sense that there is no military solution to this kind of tension, to this kind of conflict, if you will. It's certainly not that to take, and certainly not what is happening in Jerusalem.
Speaking of Islamic Netanyahu, also in political turmoil, I know from discussions we had in the previous hours on that year, but in your theories as to why this escalation is happening right now?
I think there's a good number of reasons, and I think a good part of them fall in Mr. Netanyahu's lap. We've known him to be, we've not been known to be, almost a serial liar and skillful manipulator. This is just the guy protecting Israel itself and elsewhere. And so now that he is in desperate situation, now that he is on trial in Israel on a number of important Russian charges that it's almost definite that he will end up in jail, like his predecessor, Ehud Olmert, unless he stays in power. So he has been doing everything possible in order to stay in power, including going to three different elections within 2 years. That is unheard of. Now, in order to stay in power, he is the only obstacle why there is no coalition government in Israel today after 2 years complete election. So what he has been doing, he's been very busy. He's been very busy forming, uniting, and allying with the most radical, fanatic Israelis. And these are the Jewish Zionist Party that actually ended up with 6 seats in the present Israeli parliament. They are Mr. Netanyahu's allies. They are the ones Mr. Netanyahu has been covering for, and they have escalated the tensions in East Jerusalem. They are the ones who much of the tension that has been going on in East Jerusalem for the last several weeks and in fact months and years. Because very radical fanatics think that that without them taking over fully and evacuating the Palestinians from the city, there will be no peace and no Jewish state. So what we have here is now Netanyahu is encouraging these people to do this sort of escalation in East Jerusalem, leading to the response that we've seen on the part of Hamas and others saying, look, if you're going to continue scrambling Jerusalem, if you're going to continue besieging from us north, we as Hamas, we as the Palestinian leaders, we're going to retaliate. And hence, Netanyahu, in fact, jumped on the occasion. Because the last he wants is the focus in Jerusalem. We love the fact that the focus can now shift away from Jerusalem, from the popular peaceful resistance in Jerusalem, to the kind of retaliation and counter-relation against Gaza. That also allows him to build the kind of support within Israel for a national emergency government. He did that before, by the way. And that will also give him a chance to deny the competition within Israel, like the Aqid Party and the Lapid the political system to form an alternative coalition government. So I think, to a large degree, Prime Minister Netanyahu is using this unfolding tragedy in order to remain in power. Whether he succeeds or not, of course, is another story, but for the time being, this is the story. The story is that why now? Why the solution? Why the tragedy? Well, because there is this one man that wants to maintain power in the country, and that is Benjamin Netanyahu.
No. At the moment, many thanks to you. We'll be back with you a little later. Our senior political analyst on the channel there. Live in Doha. It's just after 5:30 p.m. This is Al Jazeera with continuing coverage of the latest developments in Gaza and Israel. Hamas said that it's found 130 more rockets from Gaza towards Tel Aviv in Israel. The Israeli ambulance service says that one person has been critically wounded in the rocket attack. And that latest barrage of rockets has forced Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport to suspend all flights. These are the latest pictures from Israel. We are looking at from the Tel Aviv area. Let's bring in William Shalas, who's a professor of international law at Middlesex University in London, our former chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry in the 2014 Gaza conflict. He joins us now live on Skype from London. Professor, thank you for being with us. I know you've been waiting for some time before we get to you. Your thoughts on this conflict, which now appears to be spiraling into something much bigger?
Well, the military side of it is just to say that we know that there are going to be huge amounts of Palestinians have to be laid down for the infrastructure in Gaza. As your commentator said a few minutes ago, this is a very lopsided military engagement. But it all has to go back to the spark that began this latest phase in the conflict, which is the dispute about East Jerusalem and the attempt, one was there as a fear, that the seizure of land from Palestine, the creation of refugees, Palestinian refugees, which goes back to the late 1940s, it wasn't finished still for the people in power in Israel. And so now, so this is all about trying to take homes away from Palestinians and moving them out. And the result, of course, has been a great deal of violence in Jerusalem. Fury of the Palestinians who are terribly frustrated and angered by all of this. And now this terrible military escalation. We'll have to see when it's next year how much of the law of war is being observed by both sides. But what we do know is that there's going to be huge suffering among innocent Palestinians, children, non-combatants, as there has been in all of the previous conflicts in Gaza.
We talk about responsibility for what's happening, lying with Israel's political leaders, but to what extent does it also lie with the former American administration, the Trump administration? And what does the Biden administration have to do now to be able to take the keys out of this, to be able to promote the solve the situation?
Just about a year ago, the Trump administration took a very dramatic step by, in effect, breaking with the position it had been part of a fairly dramatic view around the world, with the exception of Israel, that the West Bank comes to occupied territory, and it ultimately has to be restored to Palestinian control. This is a temporary situation, and it was governed by the First Geneva Convention, which means no settlement, no transfer of settlers into the occupied territory. And the Trump administration brought to that about a year ago. It is not followed by other countries around the world, but it was just Trump's theory about how to rearrange the checkbook, really. And the Biden administration should go back and all of that. They should set the clock back to where the U.S. position was over a year ago. What Trump did was he emboldened Netanyahu, and yet he emboldened the whole idea that more territory could be taken from the Palestinians, that more Palestinians could be kicked out of their homes, deprived of their livelihood, and the part that at some point or another will be the sovereign territory of Israel will be expanded.
you probably heard Nolan saying a few months ago that there is no military solution to this conflict. Where does the UN stand in all of this? Its position has always been.
Right quick, I want to read this quick scripture right quick. This is Isaiah 14, and this is Isaiah 14 and close the door. Close the door. Slocky. This is Isaiah 14 and 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? And he saw you done that. Start with the chief house of Amalek. That's why you're going through the hell now. You never can have peace over in that land. It's not your land, right? But you have made the earth to tremble. But now you can be hit. They've showed and proved. So Iran is watching. They see it. This emboldens Iran. This helps the other nations that are stronger than the Hamas, than the little Palestinians. Hey, they're getting emboldened because they know that you can be touched. You can be hit. You're a wounded shark. There's blood in the water. The shark can actually be hit. You can get a hole plugged out of your legs. And this is really pretty much for the most is what Hamas has shown. That with a little bit of fortitude, a little bit of planning and pushing, and Israel can be touched. You're not invisible. The Lord is not protecting you the way you thought he was. Okay, because why? You're not his people. Okay, once I read that again, it's Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Right, because Iran is looking and saying that, man. That did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit. And this is what's coming to you, man. As a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. That's right, man. So the Satan, you're not gonna get any glory. Okay, shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. Man. You're gonna be shamed. Okay, you're gonna have to walk of shame. Your death is going, your life is gonna be a shame. Everything about you is gonna be shame. All right. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with seeds. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord power Yahweh Shem of armies, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord power Yahweh Shem. I will also make out. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction. And that's the missiles, man. And ultimately gonna be the chariot. Saith the Lord power Yahweh Shem hosts of armies. And that word host go back to armies. All right, I'm gonna finish off the rest of the video and I'm gonna close it out. It's just around a minute left. Not even a minute, yeah, about a minute or so left.
The two-state solution is that, given all that is currently going on, the politics of Israel at the moment, is that still a viable solution?
I think it has to be. I mean, there's one state, if there's one state, then the Palestinians have to be treated equally as they are in all modern democracies. They have to be free of discrimination. They have to have freedom of movement within the territory of a single state. Israel certainly doesn't want that, but that's what they would have to do. The alternative is recognition of Palestinian self-determination and the right for Palestine to have its own secure borders. Victories for either one can bring peace. Actually, either solution. But the UN has been faithful to the vision that goes back to the 1940s of a two-state solution, and I think that's still widely shared within Israel and Palestine. But if there is a move, Israel seems to be pushing for what we call one hegemonic state that will absorb parts of the occupied territory. They cannot do that without full recognition of all the rights of Palestinians within the entire territory. And they don't have that. What they have, Human Rights Watch said it 2 weeks ago, is an apartheid state. Right? It's all that way. It's not viable in the long run, regardless of military solutions. And we know that the South Africans tried military solutions to the black population of South Africa. None of that worked. Ultimately, they have to recognize a system of democracy and equal rights and non-discrimination for everybody. That has to be the way forward.
All right. So, hey,
Recognize a system of democracy.
all right, sis, this is what's coming, man. This is what it's gonna be. You know, this is what we're expecting to come. Okay. Rockets is constantly getting shot off. The Lord is on the move, man. The Lord is getting things ready. You know. Hey, with that said, I want to say, call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, with Kakadash. No honest plus Earth, great millstone rules as well. Please sanitation all your occupant 4 corners of the earth. And man, this thing is coming to an end. You know, you can see it. The war is here. They're fighting. You know, the Lord is really working this thing out. You know, so keep praying, keep hoping, keep faith that the Lord is going to keep this popping and keep them at each other. Don't let them pray without ceasing. Don't light up on the Lord, begging to keep it going, not to give them a break, just to keep pushing till it's all out anarchy and chaos. And then don't forget, we got to be dealing with the gas prices over here in America. The gas pipeline has been shut down. There's a lot going on in this world. You know, all overseas, what you see now. Iran, Russia, China, Taiwan, all these different places are at each other, India. So it's hey man, this is a heavy time. Just keep your eyes to the skies. Hey, keep watching, man. Because that's one thing that dude Dabu said and say, keep your eyes to the skies. Hey, you better keep your eyes up because you never know when some shit is dropping down. So hey, with that said, I am Yaquab from YSO. I want to say Shalom, Wa Bob, and Kwame Yasha.